More theater, less prep. More theater, less prep. I can't tell you enough how much this website has changed my life. More theater, less prep. This is why I made it. I think Drama Companion is the best thing since sliced bread for my teaching. It has improved my teaching. I now focus on the activities. I don't focus on what activity to do. I focus on making those activities memorable. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this to where I want it. I'm going to put that there, and I'm actually going to move Greeting Improv to Bridge. Look how easy this is. It's just so slick. I love it. Juliet, your lesson planning partner from idea to classroom. If you have an idea, put it in the box and something will come up. Hi, welcome back to Drama Companion. I'm Polly, and we're going to go over my lesson for tomorrow. So much has been updated. So if you're looking to make a drama lesson every day, look no further to DramaCompanion.com. I can't tell you how much this website, this app, has changed my life. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so we're in my account, and we're going to figure out what we want to teach tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure what I want to teach tomorrow. So let's figure out. Let's do some improvisation since it's a Friday. So we're going to be like improvisation, scene work with characterization. Characterization and status. Okay. So now we're going to go down here. We're going to go to, we want a 60-minute lesson. I always just put 60 minutes. You can put 45, but we'll put 60 for now. We're going to do 3 to 5 and 6 to 8. We're going to do skill level. We're going to do intermediate and advanced. Format. We're going to craft. No, we're going to play. We're going to be exclusive, meaning we're going to allow. No, we want inclusive. This means activity suitable for only what I prompted. So then we want exclusive. We want to be exclusive. So we don't want to include outside activities from what we prompted. And then tags, we're going to put improvisation. We're going to put scene work, and we'll put character. There's no status, so we'll just put character. And then we're going to hit generate my lesson. And now it's working. And what it's doing, it's taking activities from the library, which I will show you. And then it's compiling these activities and then cultivating them into a lesson. So it's curating these activities, and these activities are beautiful. They're fully described. There's step-by-step description. There's reflection questions. There's extensions. There's variations on most of them. There's extensions like if they get past, if they do it really well, they can do more and more challenges to the activity. All of these activities have slides, and then all of the activities have either a challenge, a creative input needed. They either make something, or they build something, or they play within a challenge, or there's a lot of structure with these activities. No activity does not have it. Oh, wow. Exploring character and status through improvisation. Students will engage in improvisational scene work to develop their understanding of characterization and status dynamics. Love it. They will learn to embody different characters and explore their relationships through physical and vocal expression. Love it. We can change that. Now we have Greetings Improv. Players have quick rounds of greeting with each other while they explore POV, status, and character. I love this. So then we have description, point of view, status, and relationship dynamics through the simplest human interaction, a greeting. Okay, so then we need, what do we need? We just need a fishbowl formation. So then there's a step-by-step instructions. These are the skills you're going to learn, teaching tips, reflection questions, variations, extensions. Let's do that. Introduce more complex scenarios with multiple characters. Interesting. These are ideas. Incorporate physical space dynamics into the greetings. So that's something you can think about when you're planning, if you want to do the extensions or not. But if you don't want to, that's fine. But the extensions are suggestions. But um, the activity, hold on, the activity is in the cards or in the slides. So this tells you what to do, like a neutral greeting. Then we have greeting with emotion, and then we have character-based greeting, and then we have um, a little mini game with like a little scenario, and you have an envelope, so it's a little mini game. Then you have like these are different choices, or these are different scenarios that could happen. Um, then there's different things you can do with that. So then we're going to go back to our lesson, and we're going to go down here. A journey across. What a great activity. I think we're going to do this. Two players take the role of different or the extreme some or the same extreme character and speak in different types of gibberish or basic dialogue as they improv a relationship while making a journey across the stage. A natural story of their dynamics arises as their placement on stage, movement, and actions develop status play between two characters. I love it. Here's like how to do it one step by step. Now, if you want to go to the slides, you go to the slides, and then this is the beginning of the slides. Then you have what they would do. Then you have the different, step by step. Then you have the severe characters, some suggestions for severe characters. Then you have something you want to do for gibberish, because I tend to have my students sometimes trouble. Some students have trouble with gibberish, so I give them like how to do the gibberish so they can communicate more effectively. That way, we're not stumbling on the gibberish, and we're focusing on the activity, which is develop a relationship with a journey across. Then you can, these are questions to think about when developing that status relationship. Then you have the beginning, middle, and end of the activity, and it's going to go over what to do, what happens in the middle. So you have the beginning, right? They must reach the end, but how they get there is the story. So the journey is the story. And then these are questions to develop your story and what to think about as the actor. And then this is what is happening during the actual story. And then you have why are they refusing to cross? Then you have space is power. So you're using power and status with the space. And these are suggestions or examples. And then you have some tips. Then you have what happens during it. What should you look for? What does the audience watch for? Then you have a clean formula, kind of like an overview. Then you have a couple more tips, and that's the end. So everything is really, really thorough, and I love it, and it really helps the activity um, thrive. Now, I think this is great. This is great for an end of lesson. It's another improv. It's another improv. It might be a lot for one day. You might be able to do this a second day, so um, that's fine. This is really good because we established status. So we're going to do that. Now, I just want to show you how awesome this is. You have a front of card, which is an easy glance, and you have like what grades they're good for. Then you have what you're doing, you're playing, not creating. And it's about a medium energy activity. I love this. This really helps me know what to start my activities with, because I don't want to start with high energy. I want to start with the medium energy. I want to get them focused. And then I have high energy, which is journey across. It is a high energy activity. You have moments of silence, but you really have that dramatic energy between two people that's just sparking high. And then you end with a high energy. So I want to add a bridge. I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to change this to drama 201 because this is a more advanced activity. Then I'm going to go to add activity, and then I'm going to look at the library. Now, just ignore complete. That was with my migration or my uploads. So I'm going to go to the filters, and I'm going to go to skill, no tags, and I'm going to do acting challenges because I want to do some acting challenges, and I want to do some character because I want to make sure we are into character before. Ooh, energy body isolations. I'm not kidding you. That's really good. I'm going to add that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this to where I want it. I'm going to put that there, and I'm actually going to move greeting impro to bridge. Look how easy this is. It's just so slick. I love it. I don't need a script because we're creating scripts. I'm going to jump around a little bit. I'm going to show you what Scare and Cower is. So Scare and Cower is a circuit, meaning a circle game, and then you use that same principle in an impro. So you set up a situation, uh, and you have two different characters. You have a high status and a low status character, but then the characters fight for high power in the scene, and they're using this idea of aggressor and receiver or reactor. So you have high status and low status. And then you go through the circuit. The circuit is kind of like a circle game. So Zip Zap Zop is a circuit game. It's just the energy being passed around. Pass catch, where you mirror somebody, or I throw some energy, weird, sound and gesture at you, and then you copy it, or maybe you catch it and react to it, and then you send your own. So then you have RAR and E. Those are the things. Then you have escalation. So then you have continue the circle is normal, transfer power, and carry the wave around the circle. Then you attempt to do the previous RAR, bigger physical choice. So if you go around the circle, you can be loud and then cower. Then you can scare, and then you can maybe scare back, and you have this kind of power escalation and then pass the energy around. Somebody has to give. There has to be someone that receives it and, you know, receives, resorts back, and cowers back. But, students will learn to do that. Now you do an impro. So one character is constantly guarded. The other enjoys startling, pressuring, and or testing them but they're not doing it like obviously. They're doing it through dialogue. They're doing it through emotions, and you get this. So then you have this is not a haunted house of fear. So you don't have social fear. You don't have emotional insecurity. This is not a power imbalance, and you're not walking on eggshells, right? You have who enjoys the power. So who's doing it? How did your body change when you were high status? How did your breath change? So it's really good. You have a lot of these good questions to think about, and then go from there. I'm sorry I'm jumping around, but this is how I think. Just want to make sure I know the activities. I have 4 great activities. If I do them all, that's great, or not. I'm going to done editing. Now I'm going to go to publish. I'm going to publish this activity. And now that it's published, I can share the link. I'm going to go to the link, and you have this amazing link. It's just dramacompanion.com/L/ meaning lesson, because I'm going to have other slugs. Like I might have different activities. So exploring character status through improvisation 2. I'm going to hit that. I don't know why it's 2, but now I have this beautiful lesson, and you can click through the lesson and get your thing. So you still have it body. You still have explanation. But I wouldn't teach out of this. You can if you really need to, but you can send it to your administration to give them kind of a little what's up of what you're doing. And then let's close these. So we have four amazing. Let's get rid of this. We have four amazing activities with slides. And we're going to quickly show you the slides for energy body isolations. And what this is you're isolating different parts of your body, and then there's a rhythm and there's a adjective. So I give you the template, but I also give you how to, like, what I do in my classroom, and then you can make your own up if you really want to. So I have like tickly toes, and it's high in your voice, high resonator. So all of these have like what you're practicing and what you're doing. And what you're doing is you're isolating your body. You're using your voice in a fun way. And it's a really nice warm up. It's high energy in the idea that it's high energy because you're moving around your body and you're using your voice, you're exercising your voice. So now, before we do anything else, we have this nice little poster. Looks like a vintage poster. We're going to go to teach. Oops. I don't know why I did that. We're going to put it in the folder. So we're going to click folder. We're going to go to 201. We're going to go to Commedia. We're going to move it there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to calendar. We're going to go to April 10th. And I have them at 9 o'clock. And then I'm going to go to 201 Commedia. And then I have exploring character and status through improvisation. Now it shows up on the calendar. And tomorrow, when I get to the calendar, I click Friday, the 10th. I go to the calendar and I press play. And here we are with my lesson. I can review my notes before class. I can bring this up in class and show them what we're doing, kind of go over it so they can do it, and show them what we're working on one at a time. So you have this obvious transparency of what you're learning, and you go through all those slides. Then what I recommend is bringing up the next slides, and that's how I would teach, or I teach, but that's how I teach these activities. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a great way to teach. If you need to, you can go to the teacher toolbox for some character traits. If you really want to do extra characters, you can, just pummel through the prompt generator. Or maybe you need a career, or maybe you need a body part, and you're just isolating one of your body parts. Or maybe you need a setting for your improvisation for the final one. Because remember, you're going to click that, and then you're going to go back to your lesson. So if you go outside of the lesson, you have to click this to go back to the lesson, because it's just the way it works. But it's great. So that's the lesson, and for the day, I think it's an amazing lesson. I think it's ready to go. I'm really excited to play it. When I'm excited to play it, then the lesson goes really well, and that's something that um, this library of games really does. There's all these games. There's so many different main activities to play, um, and there's so many different tags you can use. But just at first glance, the library is super easy to navigate. Everything sticks up when you're hovering over it, so you never, are confused on which one you're picking. Um, I wouldn't say it's the Netflix of theater, because you're getting a lot more than Netflix, because you're getting a way to create your activities. I mean, you can even create an activity, but it is the Netflix of games, because it's just there's so much content. You can do a whole year with this content, because you have so many main activities, and then you mix in some other activities, and you could even probably go, only repeat repeat some a couple of times. It's always good to repeat some games so they can get better. They're really easy to get to. So you click that, click resource, and there we are. You can print out the script. So everything is super printable. You get everything right out of the box. I'm super excited to share this with you. So let's go back to Juliet. This is how I would start with my lesson. And you can even install it on your device. It tells you how to do it. And this changes depending on what device you're using. So if you're using a phone, something I want to show you, you're going to see behind the scenes here. It works on a phone. It's amazing. Look at this. Everything works on a phone. You can access anything on the phone. Go to teach. This is what the lesson looks like. Click it. You can look at the back of the card. And there you go. This is a lesson that I haven't put in my notebook folders yet, but I've used it. And you can use Juliet on the phone. You can use the library on the phone. It just looks beautiful. It looks great. Looks a lot easier to read just one by one because it'd be too hard to have a grid. But that's what they look like. And one more thing I want to show you, you can add your own lesson part. So something that you can do, and this why I says complete, is you upload a PDF. So you would go to your PDFs. So you would upload, and then you would pick. So this is something I uploaded to add to my files. So what it can do, or you can add text, and what it will do is it will autofill your lesson part, like your lesson activity. So is it a bridge? Is it a warm up? Is it an end of lesson? Is it a script? Is it is it a main activity? Then you put a summary. But what the PDF upload will do is that it will fill in the title. It'll fill in anything it can. It'll make selections depending on what it reads. Then there's the back of the card, all the things that are, on the back of the card. Then you have classroom conditions. These are chips that you pick. Then these are energy levels, contained, traveling, movement. Then you have group structure. So what are the structures that you can do the activity in? Then you have space needed, spot, stage, room. And then you have tags. These are certain tags. Maybe it's commedia activity. So then you have that. Let me go here. Let me just close these up for you. Front of card. Then we have resources. So if you want to attach your resource, if you use the PDF upload, you still have to upload the resource again if you're using those slides. But small price to pay for having it being filled out for you. Now you won't see this. This is for me, and that's it. But I love that tool. This is something else. But I think DramaCompanion is the best thing since sliced bread for my teaching. It has improved my teaching. I now focus on the activities. I don't focus on what activity to do. I focus on making those activities memorable. Something that I want to show you is that this is my slogan: more theater, less prep. More theater, less prep. I can't tell you enough how much this website has changed my life. More theater, less prep. This is why I made it. I made it to improve what I do in the classroom. It's incredible. If you want some, if you want to fool around with the interface, go to the website and you can fool around with it. There's 5 different. So I can't tell you enough. More theater, less prep. Juliet, your lesson planning partner from idea to classroom. If you have an idea, put it in the box and something will come up. There's always going to be more activities too. I'm always constantly working on new activities, discovering new activities, creating new activities. It's just something I do. And you can too. Anyway, click the sign up and get going. All right, thanks a lot.